There's a particular kind of silence that settles over you when you realize you're truly alone. Not lonely, alone. It's the silence that comes when everyone else has gone home, when the crowd has dispersed, when the last message has been read and there's no reply coming. It's the silence of a path that only you can walk. If you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe my channel. And let's back to the video. And if you're watching this right now, chances are you know this silence intimately. Maybe you're facing a challenge that no one else seems to understand. Maybe you're pursuing a dream that others have dismissed. Maybe you're healing from something that people tell you to just get over. Maybe you've simply realized that the deepest, most transformative journeys we take in this life, we take alone. Today we're going to talk about something our culture desperately wants to avoid: the necessity, the beauty, and yes, the pain of walking your path alone. Not because you're abandoned or unloved, but because some paths can only be walked in solitude. Some growth only happens when you stop waiting for someone to walk beside you and start trusting your own feet to carry you forward. This isn't about isolation or pushing people away. It's about understanding that there's a profound difference between being alone and being lonely, and that learning to walk alone might be the most important skill you ever develop. Chapter 1: The Reality of Solitary Paths. Let me tell you about Marcus. He's a musician who spent his 20s in a band, surrounded by friends who shared his passion. They practiced together, performed together, dreamed together. But as they entered their 30s, something shifted. His bandmates got real jobs, started families, moved to the suburbs. Their priorities changed, and Marcus was left standing alone with his guitar and his dream. At first, he was angry, betrayed. How could they give up? How could they not see what he still saw? But slowly, painfully, Marcus came to understand something crucial. His path and their paths had diverged, and he had a choice. He could abandon his path to follow theirs, or he could keep walking, alone if necessary. He chose to walk alone. And you know what he discovered? That the path became clearer. The music became more honest. His growth accelerated because he stopped waiting for consensus, stopped modifying his vision to accommodate others, stopped holding back because his pace was different from everyone else's. This is the reality that no one wants to tell you. The most meaningful paths in life are often walked alone. Your healing journey? That's yours alone. No one else can do your therapy for you, face your shadows for you, integrate your trauma for you. They can support you, yes, but the actual work, the sitting with discomfort, the honest self-examination, the daily choice to show up, that's solitary work. Your creative calling? That's yours alone. You can have mentors, collaborators, audiences, but the actual act of creation happens in solitude. No one else can access the unique combination of experiences, perspectives, and sensibilities that only you possess. No one else can make your art for you. Your spiritual awakening? That's yours alone. You can read books, attend workshops, join communities, but the actual transformation, the dissolution of ego, the dark night of the soul, the moment of insight, those happen in the quiet privacy of your own consciousness. Your entrepreneurial vision? That's yours alone. People will tell you it can't be done. They'll point to the risks, the obstacles, the statistics. And they're not wrong to be cautious. It's not their dream on the line. But if you wait for everyone to believe in your vision before you pursue it, you'll wait forever. Visionaries always walk alone at first. Here's what makes solitary paths so difficult. We're biologically wired for connection. Our ancestors survived by staying with the tribe. Being cast out meant death. So when we find ourselves on a path that others don't understand, don't support, or can't follow, every cell in our body screams danger. Our nervous system interprets it as rejection, abandonment, threat. But here's what we need to understand. Choosing to walk alone isn't the same as being cast out. It's an act of self-trust, not self-exile. It's saying, I respect you enough to let you walk your path, and I respect myself enough to walk mine. Chapter 2. The Gifts of Solitude. Now, I'm not going to romanticize solitary paths. They're hard, they're scary. There are nights when you doubt everything. But there are gifts that can only be received in solitude. Gifts so valuable that once you receive them, you wouldn't trade them for all the company in the world. The first gift is self-knowledge. When you're constantly surrounded by others, you learn to perform. You learn which versions of yourself get approval, which get laughter, which get love. You become an actor in your own life, responding to the audience instead of listening to your own truth. But when you walk alone, there's no audience. The mask becomes too heavy to carry. You start to discover who you actually are beneath all the conditioning, all the people-pleasing, all the fear-based decisions. You meet yourself, not the self you present to the world, but the self that exists when no one is watching. This self-knowledge is the foundation of everything meaningful in life. You can't live authentically if you don't know who you authentically are. And you can't know who you are if you never spend time alone with yourself. The second gift is self-reliance. When you realize that no one is coming to save you, something powerful happens. You stop waiting. You stop making excuses. You stop outsourcing your power to others. You discover that you have resources within yourself that you never knew existed. You learn to trust your own judgment. You learn to validate your own experiences. You learn that your worth isn't determined by whether others understand you, support you, or approve of you. This doesn't mean you don't value others' input. It means you're no longer dependent on it for your sense of reality. The third gift is clarity. Other people's voices are loud. Their opinions, their fears, their projections. They create noise that drowns out your own inner wisdom. When you walk alone, that noise fades. You start to hear what you actually think, what you actually feel, what you actually want. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who spent years, even decades, pursuing goals that weren't really theirs. They were following someone else's definition of success, someone else's dream, someone else's expectations. It's only when they stepped away from the crowd that they could finally hear their own voice clearly enough to recognize it. The fourth gift is resilience. Every time you choose to keep walking, even though you're alone, even though you're scared, even though you doubt, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought. You build what psychologists call self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to handle challenges. This resilience doesn't come from avoiding difficulty or always having support. It comes from facing difficulty and discovering that you can handle it. It comes from walking through the valley alone and emerging on the other side, changed but intact. The fifth gift is authenticity. When you're no longer performing for others, when you're no longer modifying yourself to fit in, something beautiful happens. You become real. Not perfect, not polished, not impressive, real. And that realness becomes magnetic. Ironically, when you stop trying to connect by conforming, you start making deeper connections by being genuine. Chapter 3. The misconceptions about walking alone. But let's address some dangerous misconceptions about what it means to walk alone, because this teaching can be twisted into something harmful if we're not careful. Misconception number 1. Walking alone means cutting everyone off. No, walking your path alone doesn't mean isolation. It doesn't mean refusing help, rejecting community, or pretending you don't need anyone. It means understanding that while others can walk alongside you for stretches of the journey, ultimately, you're responsible for your own steps. You can have companions without being dependent. You can have support without being entitled. You can have love without losing yourself. In fact, the healthiest relationships are between two people who are each walking their own paths, choosing to walk parallel for a while, enriching each other's journeys without derailing them. Misconception number 2. Walking alone means you're superior to others. Some people wear their solitude like a badge of superiority. I don't need anyone. I'm above connection. Other people are weak. This isn't strength, it's defense. It's trauma masquerading as transcendence. True strength isn't about not needing anyone. It's about being able to stand alone when necessary while remaining open to connection. It's about self-sufficiency that comes from abundance, not from fear of vulnerability. Misconception number 3. If you're walking alone, something is wrong with you. Our culture sends this message constantly. If you're single, you're broken. If you're working on something solo, you lack teamwork skills. If you're different, you're defective. This is nonsense. Some of the most important work in human history was done by people who were misunderstood in their time. The prophets walked alone. The artists walked alone. The scientists who challenged orthodoxy walked alone. The spiritual seekers walked alone. Not because they were broken, but because they were walking paths that didn't yet exist on anyone's map. Misconception number 4. Walking alone should feel easy and empowering all the time. Here's the truth. Sometimes walking alone feels awful. Sometimes you desperately wish someone understood. Sometimes you're tired of being strong, tired of being independent, tired of figuring everything out yourself. Those feelings don't mean you're doing it wrong. They mean you're human. The path can be simultaneously necessary and difficult. You can be committed to your journey and still feel the weight of it. Both things are true. Chapter 4. How to walk alone without losing yourself. So how do we actually do this? How do we walk alone without becoming isolated, bitter, or lost? Let me give you some practical wisdom. First, distinguish between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is chosen. Loneliness is imposed. Solitude is peaceful. Loneliness is painful. Solitude fills you up. Loneliness depletes you. You can be alone without being lonely, and you can be lonely in a crowd. The goal isn't to eliminate all loneliness. That's part of the human experience. The goal is to cultivate the capacity for chosen solitude. To create a relationship with yourself that's so rich that time alone becomes nourishing rather than threatening. Practice this. Spend intentional time alone, not as escape from others, but as connection with yourself. Take yourself on dates. Sit with yourself without distraction. Have conversations with yourself through journaling. Learn to enjoy your own company. Second, find your anchors. When you're walking alone, you need points of reference that aren't dependent on other people's presence or approval. These become your compass when you're uncertain. Your anchors might be your values, the principles you refuse to compromise. Your purpose, the why beneath what you're doing. Your practices, the daily rituals that ground you. Your vision, the future you're walking toward. Your self-compassion, the kindness you show yourself when you stumble. Write these down. Return to them regularly. They're your guides when the path is unclear and no one else is around to offer direction. Third, create a council of inner mentors. You might be physically alone, but you don't have to be mentally alone. Think of the people, real or fictional, living or dead, whose wisdom you trust. What would they say to you right now? How would they approach this challenge? I have imaginary conversations with mentors I've never met. I ask myself, what would Carl Jung say about this? How would Marcus Aurelius handle this situation? What would my grandmother, who survived so much, tell me to do? This isn't about outsourcing your decisions. It's about accessing different perspectives when you need them. Fourth, document your journey. Keep a journal, record voice memos, create art, write letters to your future self. When you're walking alone, it's easy to forget how far you've come. Documentation helps you see your progress, recognize patterns, and remember that the path is leading somewhere even when you can't see the destination. Plus, someday when someone else is walking a similar path, your documentation might become their map. The path you're walking alone today might help someone else walk less alone tomorrow. Fifth, protect your energy fiercely. When you're walking alone, you can't afford to be careless with your energy. You don't have a crowd to carry you when you're depleted. This means say no to things that drain you. Limit exposure to people who undermine you. Create boundaries around your time and attention. Rest before you crash. Celebrate your wins, even the small ones. This isn't selfish, it's sustainable. You can't keep walking if you don't tend to yourself along the way. Sixth, stay open to companionship without depending on it. Here's the paradox. The more comfortable you become walking alone, the more capable you become of genuine connection. When you're not desperately seeking someone to complete you, you can actually appreciate people for who they are. Stay open. Be willing to share your path with others when your paths align. But don't change your direction to keep company. The right companions will honor your path, not demand that you abandon it. The deeper truth. But let me share with you the deepest truth I've learned about walking alone. Something that goes beyond strategy or resilience or even strength. We are all, ultimately, walking alone. Every single one of us. Even in the most intimate relationships, even in the closest friendships, even in the most supportive families, there's a fundamental aloneness to existence that we can't escape. No one else lives inside your body, experiences your sensations, thinks your thoughts, dreams your dreams. Your subjective experience is yours alone. When you're in pain, others can empathize, but they can't feel it for you. When you're joyful, others can celebrate with you, but they can't experience your exact joy. You were born alone, you'll die alone, and the journey between those 2 points, however much company you have along the way, is fundamentally yours. This could sound depressing, but it's actually liberating. Because once you accept this fundamental aloneness, you stop expecting others to complete you, fix you, or validate you. You stop being angry at people for not understanding you perfectly. You stop feeling betrayed when they can't walk your path with you. You stop demanding that they give you what you can only give yourself. And paradoxically, when you accept your fundamental aloneness, real connection becomes possible. Because you're no longer clinging to people out of fear or need. You're choosing to connect from a place of wholeness, not from a place of emptiness seeking to be filled. Here's the mystical truth beneath it all. In our deepest aloneness, we discover we're not separate at all. Every mystic, every sage, every enlightened being points to the same realization. Beneath the surface level of separation, we're all part of the same consciousness, the same life force, the same cosmic unfolding. When you walk deep enough into your solitude, you don't find isolation. You find the universe itself living through you. You realize that the path you're walking alone is the same path everyone else is walking alone. We're all alone together. And that's its own kind of connection. If you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe my channel. And let's back to the video. So if you're on a path that others don't understand, if you're pursuing something that looks foolish to the crowd, if you're healing in ways that people tell you are taking too long, if you're changing in ways that make old friends uncomfortable, know this: you're not lost, you're not wrong, you're not broken. You're just on a path that can only be walked alone. And that's not a failure, it's a calling. The path walked alone is the path of individuation, of self-discovery, of becoming who you were always meant to be. It's the hero's journey, the pilgrim's path, the artist's way. Every person who ever did anything meaningful walked this path at some point. Yes, it's hard. Yes, there will be moments of doubt, of fear, of wishing someone else was there to tell you you're going the right way. But there will also be moments of incredible clarity, of profound peace, of knowing with absolute certainty that you're exactly where you need to be. Your path is yours. No one can walk it for you, and you can't walk it for anyone else. But you can walk it with dignity, with courage, with your head held high. You can walk it knowing that every step you take alone makes you stronger, clearer, more whole. And who knows, maybe someday, someone else struggling on their own solitary path will look up and see you in the distance, walking your path with grace, and they'll think, If they can do it, maybe I can too. And your solitary journey will become a light for someone else's way. Walk your path. Walk it alone if you must. Walk it with pride. Walk it with purpose. Walk it all the way to wherever it leads. Because in the end, the path walked alone is the only path that truly belongs to you. And that makes it the most valuable path of all. If you want more videos like this, please like and subscribe my channel.